You guys are ready?
Ready.
You're not ready?
Yeah.
There's people in the back going, dude, this is going to be good. She looked back there. She's like, what? You are what you eat. It's deep. It's really deep. My goal has been to explore it to the depth of the depth. How deep does it go? How deep is that rabbit hole? It's as deep as you want to take it. It's as far as you want to go. We never really touched it because we're eating the 15 foods of civilization. And by the way, those 15 foods of civilization, you just reconfigure it, there's your fast food joint. You reconfigure it, there's your Outback Steakhouse. You reconfigure it, there's Sunday night dinner. You know, it's just reconfigured, same stuff. When we're talking about spirulina, blue-green algae, chlorella, marine phytoplankton, bee pollen, raw wild honey, propolis, royal jelly, noni, aloe vera, hemp seed protein. People don't eat that in the world. They don't. And here's the deal. It's all an add-on. There's no diet. The live it is an add-on. There's no like, you mean I can't have this again? Does that ever work? Imagine you tell a child, you can't ever have that again. What happens? The upgrade on the diet is the live it. The live it tells us to add. There's no sense in this nonsense. If I give you the best chocolate ever, you don't want the other junk anymore. It falls away automatically by flavor. Because what we're delivering now is not just the best nutrition ever, not the real minerals. You know, chocolate, another thing about chocolate is longevity. Longest lived people in the Western world, chocolate eaters. Harvard did a study, 10,000 people. They found out that people who ate junky chocolate, the junkiest junk that's out there, live longer by a year. Longest lived woman in the Western world officially according to the record books, Jean Calment. Google her. C-A-L-M-E-N-T. Jean, J-E-A-N-N-E, Calment. C-A-L-M-E-N-T. Scroll down and check out her diet. Basically two foods. Chocolate and olive oil. It's pretty clear. It's pretty obvious. If it agrees with you, does every food agree with everybody? No, not at all. So we got to determine, like, okay, is this agreeing with me? If something doesn't agree with me, is it then? Do I then need to go out and tell everybody else that it doesn't agree with them? You see where we're going with that one? You see how ridiculous that is? That automatically closes the door of possibility. What we're doing here is we're opening the door of possibility. These things may work for you. You go ahead and try them. I mean, I grew up on fast food chicken. I didn't know what else was out there. I never had spirulina, never even heard of it. So now I get to try that. I get to open to that possibility. Of all these superfoods, then what's happening is we're getting the subtle alkaloids of medicine that we never got. All our food is domesticated. There's no medicine in it, except we get a little white pill sold to us by a doctor. That's the medicine that they domesticated out of the food. They took it out, then they resold it back to you as a little white pill over here for hundreds of dollars a month. Sometimes $1,000 a month or more. And then not only is it the little white pill, we also get other things like calcium pills. That is the one. That is the very symbol. The calcium pill. Doesn't work, doesn't have anything to do with bone density at all. Calcium doesn't have anything to do with bone density. That's too superficial. You look at somebody's bones, and you go, oh, it's made out of calcium. Oh, then we need to eat calcium in order to get calcium into the bones. That's so superficial. Nature is not like that. That superficiality is actually the fundamental basis of the problems we have in our world. That level of just, oh, it's calcium, then we got to eat calcium, and let's just eat these pills. And all herbal systems around the world never said eat calcium pills. What did they say if you had broken bone, for example?
Greens. Silica.
Yep, well, and what kind? Greens like comfrey, horsetail tea, nettles, like things that really have minerals. Oat straw tea that build your bones. Here's another thing about chocolate, by the way, on that point. And it's a point about all nuts and seeds. And raw nuts and seeds are a very important part of our diet. And I'll run down this whole list for us. You know, I'll detail it for you in the next 20 minutes. Can you guys hang in there for 20 more minutes? Here's a big part of the whole mineralization equation. Phosphorus. To get enough fire, phosphorus, the battery that holds the minerals together. Your bones are calcium phosphate. Native Americans, like where I'm at in Ontario, They had an infinite amount of fish, infinite amount of wild game, infinite amounts of food. But they still grew stuff. Why would they do that? Why would you grow squashes, for example? Why would you need that? Pumpkins, why would you need that? Seeds. Because the seeds have the phosphorus to generate a huge amount of edible seeds so you can get the minerals to densify your bones, especially for kids. Very important. And this is a part of this raw food thing. As we advance it, we're starting to get a little bit more sophisticated in our understanding about which raw foods are actually important. Is orange juice the most important thing ever? No. How about pumpkin seeds? Pretty darn important. Hemp seed. Manitoba Harvest sent us a couple hundred bags. We're giving those out for free, aren't we? Everybody's getting some of that. You guys excited about free stuff? We love Manitoba Harvest. What a great job they're doing. This little idea then, adding these things in, and the certain key things. What about seaweed? That's a wild food, never been domesticated. You can't walk into any store and just go, okay, where's your wild food section? They're like, organic food? We have like 3 things over there. Seaweed's all 100% wild food, and therefore it has the appropriate amount of minerals in it, and it's an original experience. You're like, okay, this is what our ancestors were onto. This is an original experience. Important to have that piece of the puzzle too. Let's see. Should we be having 50 ounces of wheatgrass in every orifice every afternoon? Is that an appropriate maneuver at this point? As a reward for a job well done. Some people are like, yeah, that's what I do. Usually 2 or 3 people in an audience like this. Like, something wrong with that? It's good. I mean, if you can do that, if you can do wheatgrass enemas, more power to you. I mean, geez, the stuff we poured into our body, right? Dinner, pushing lunch, pushing breakfast, dinner, pushing lunch, pushing breakfast, every day, nonstop. Now we get to the add-on, we go, okay, how about this? How about we throw in as a reward for ourselves for a job well done, instead of going, I don't get to have anything. How about we take our best raw chocolate, and that's our reward, because performance that is rewarded will be repeated. This is something, Brian Clement, I love Brian Clement. I love, a lot of these people in this field, but they don't get that. They don't realize that this thing has to be fun and that you have to reward yourself. Imagine you do a year-long cleanse. Everything by the book, sprout diet, juices, all the raw foods, no toxic anything. And then at the end of that, no reward. You going to be doing that again? Subconsciously, it'll break you down. But if you work with human nature, which is performance that is rewarded will be repeated, and you use some of these treats, like a raw chocolate thing, as a treat, guess what happens? You start replicating the behavior. It becomes easy for you. The upgrade is getting in alignment with human nature, your own human nature. Let's keep going. So as we develop the superfood idea, what we're really getting is our vitamins and our minerals for real. We're getting them from the foods that have been identified by the greatest civilizations in the world. Egypt gave us the pyramids and aloe vera. You can't eat a pyramid. If they caught you gnawing at the Great Pyramid of Cheops, you'd be thrown in a Cairo prison. And that would not be the best day ever. But you could have aloe vera. What about the Polynesians?